The Human-Centric Storytelling is a series of reflections and conversations that provides an overview, tools, and frameworks from world-class marketing leadership in human-centric approach to storytelling. From over 2 decades of leading brands like Nokia, Nike, Adidas, and most recently as Chief Marketing Officer at Saucony. During this podcast, I will introduce you to concepts of brand marketing, communications, and successful frameworks that the most loved brands use in their day-to-day work. We'll also discuss various disciplines and the roles that these brands play in the development of culture, art, and society as a whole, from large iconic to small and scrappy marketing programs, from inspiration to humanizing your brand. I am Fabio Tambosi, your host, a multicultural and true international marketer known for building and creating emotive brand stories in today's fast-changing digital landscape and leading highly collaborative teams, all rooted in my lifelong experience as an elite soccer player. Listen in to hear how brands, people, and the world of marketing is undergoing a radical transformation and how global leaders are changing the world by using the power of human-centric stories and social media. Hi listeners, welcome to the Change is a Mindset episode. I will share my reflection on how change has impacted the way we do marketing with you. Let's frame our conversation in the following question. What does all of this mean to our consumer? How are people reacting to change? Why should we rewrite the marketing playbook? What doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. That's just that simple. How you embrace change conveys your core values, translating into your ability to build meaningful relationships with your audience. The ability to change to the new demands of today's marketing world without compromising your core values is one of the most important fundamentals that will determine the future of brands. The following 5 years will be one of the most disruptive years in culture and business. Bringing innovation to the forefront of everything you do for your company is a necessity. For this reason, brands are flipping the script to survive the economic impact of the last year's pandemic. The solution is straightforward. We must learn from the past and leapfrog to a brighter future. The definition of insanity best expressed the need for change from Albert Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. The time for change is up, and change must start with people. Consumers are skeptical about brands, and the trust for brands it's at an all-time low. That's why we have seen is a groundswell of human storytelling relative to the traditional marketing campaigns. People want to know what you stand for, what you can do for them, and society before engaging with your brand. A brand campaign would have a lead creative development time of 6 to 12 months in the very recent past. Then you would drop the high production value piece of advertising in a very high impactful moment and just sit back and watch how consumers will react to your message. More than ever before, a TV ad today is just the ignition point of a conversation with a consumer, not the end. The consumer journey is no longer linear nor symmetrical. There is no one-size-fits-all marketing campaign anymore. Here are a few questions for you to consider when building your plan. What is your most important objective? How long does your journey have to be? Who is your target audience? What are the problems you'll solve for your consumer? How will your consumers' lives have changed afterward? People want one thing today. The next day, they tell you they want another. Then something else. What's hot now in 3 days, it's no longer relevant. Staying relevant at the speed of light is extremely hard. But it is the new muscle we must train. With this constant change, brand loyalty is a thing of the past. This has pushed brands to one of the most critical inflection points, making it one of the greatest transformative moments in marketing discipline. The speed and the level of accessibility that technology has brought to our lives is unprecedented, at times becoming overwhelming to grasp, resulting in a disconnection from the youth. With the desperate urge to reconnect with consumers, brands recently felt the need to be always on and pushing stuff down to consumers, leading to a negative ripple effect called content shock, a concept coined by Mark Schaefer, a renowned bestseller author and rebellious marketer. Content shock, it's when exponentially increasing volumes of content intersect with our limited human capacity to consume it. In its simplest form, content shock, it's an overdose of content. With so much happening on social media, brands are almost begging for consumers' attention. This desperate approach for attention desensitizes their ability to feel the emotions of your message. Consumers will stop paying attention to you, canceling you from their lives. To avoid this from happening, you must deliver relevant content with a clear point of view, but you've got to think differently. You can't solve the same problems the way you used to solve them. If you do what you used to do, you're going to get what you've always got. You need to break the old norms. You have to rewrite the marketing playbook. Embrace new ways of creating content formats and integrate new platforms into your marketing mix. I promise you, consumers do want to connect with you. We are living in a fast and furious time, but most important, your message must be human, personal, and authentic.